Good evening, everybody. Today is December 11, 2015. Every Friday, we give the Abhidhamma lecture at Mercy Meditation Center, Washington State. So today lectures, we're going to learn about the process of mind, part 6. So before starting the Abhidhamma lecture, we pay respect to the Buddha, saying Namo Tassa in 3 times, please. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay, so we learn about the process of mind, and we understand that every, things coming out because of the causes. So the mind also, there's a cause to appear. There's a cause to appear the mind within us. So at least there's two conditions we need mind to arise within us. We already explained door or base. Yeah, we call door or dwara in Pali, and ayatana in Pali, door or base. Chakayatana, chakku dwaras, eye door. Yeah, we need to arise the eye consciousness to arise within us. Not only we need not only door, but also we need object, visible object and eye door. At least two conditions we need, but there's the other condition we need, but the main condition. So today we learn detail about that. Okay, so we already know about the door and then object. So there's an eye door, etc. Eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door, and mind door. So the object here, object, visible object, with contact with the eye door, and then the individual individual process of the idol consciousness, and then the other happen like this. Idol, visible object, contact, and process of the idol like this. Visible object, contact with the idol, process of idol consciousness appear. So mind depend on the two things, object and door. But today we emphasize on the object. Yeah. So objects make the different kind of the process of mind. Yeah, we need to learn today. So analysis of mind and the process, the mind defined according to their object and the preceding jhana. In the whole different kind of the mind working together For example, to see something, I do process of I do consciousness. But not only I do consciousness, the other mind, different kind of mind, working together to see something. So the process running, many mind are defined according to their object. Yeah, for example, visible, I process I consciousness according to their visible object, like this. Yeah, and then preceding jhana also. Preceding jhana is a dynamic consciousness. Yeah, 7 times at least. 7 times happen within us. Maybe wholesome or unwholesome for normal, ordinary person, and the Buddha and Arhat who totally eradicate that mind defilement. We call the functional. Yeah. So they are following 2 things according to the object and then according to the preceding jhana. Yeah. So different kind of the process between the process, different kind of mind appear. I mean, different kind of mind is we emphasize every mind appear with feeling, because a feeling is a universal manifestation, isn't it? We already learned in chapter 2. Yeah, the feeling is a universal manifestation, can associate every mind. So any kind of mind appear, arises within us with different kind of feeling. So this kind of feelings totally depend on the object. Yeah. So according to the object in the manner processing, the resultant mind, Vipaka-citta, we call in Pali, Vipaka-citta, here, Vipaka-citta, resultant mind, is a 5 vijnana. 5 vijnana is a Chakku vijnana, eye consciousness, Soda vijnana, ear consciousness, Khana vijnana, nose consciousness, Jiva vijnana, tongue consciousness, and Kaya vijnana, body consciousness. Yeah, 5 kind of vijnana, they are resultant mind. And Samdhijana, Citta, Samdhijana is receiving mind, receiving consciousness. And Sandirana, investigating consciousness. And Dhararamana, registering consciousness. So all of them are resultant mind. So must be unwholesome resultant. If they run with the undesirable object. Previously, we learned only an object, a visible object, sound, smell, taste, but we can classify these objects. Desirable object and desirable object, like this. Not only 2, we can classify into 3. Okay, so if we get the undesirable visible object, that means we don't like that the visible object we see, but that one is we don't like. So the all the resultant mind within the process must be unwholesome, akusala, resultant of the unwholesome, because of these are resultant mind. Understand? Yeah. And if they run with the desirable object, desirable objects, we like. If they run with the desirable object, they must be the result of the wholesome kusala. Kusala Vipaka, we call in Pali, Kusala Vipaka. Yeah. So, desirable objects we can classify into entity and more details. The degree of the desirable, degree of the desire is just normal and very desirable. So the other object, if the object is a very much desirable, where? Oh. Very much desirable here. Very much desirable. If the object is very much desirable, so the Santirana investigating consciousness and Dharamana registering consciousness must be only with the pleasant feeling. Because of very desirable object. So the feeling is pleasant feeling. But the other desirable object or undesirable object is depend on the other condition. Maybe a pleasant feeling, maybe neutral feeling. Yeah. So it's depend on the other condition. So we need to learn entity, so kind of the objects, what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch, and then what we thinking. Yeah. Okay, so a little bit today we need to, so there are three kind of objects mentioned here. Three kind of objects we need to understand. So these three kind of objects make different process of mind, especially for the feeling with those mind. Yeah. So the quality of object is determined. The quality of object is determined by average person. Average person meaning is we were explaining a little bit detail. So average person meaning is a not very rich person, not very poor person. Yeah. Yeah. Middle. Middle of the very poor and very rich person. That person we call average person, average being. So we need to determine the quality of object. Yeah. So these objects are divided into three. Number one is the Aniṭṭha in Pali, Aniṭṭha. Aniṭṭha means undesirable object, unfavorable object. We don't like it. Nobody like it. This we call Aniṭṭha. Aniṭṭha. And number two is Iṭṭha or Iṭṭhamajjhatta. Iṭṭha or Iṭṭhamajjhatta. Majjhatta means middle. Yeah. So Majjhima Paripara in the Eightfold Noble Path. Yeah. So middle way. So like this. Iṭṭhamajjhatta. So this is we translate as average desirable. Average desirable meaning is not very desirable and undesirable. Between the undesirable, very desirable. Yeah, average desirable. And number three is Ati-iṭṭha. Ati mean very. Here, Ati mean very. Iṭṭha mean the desirable. So that's why we translate very desirable object. Yeah, very desirable object meaning is exceptionally desirable, extremely desirable. Yeah. So today we emphasize on those objects, how they make different the process of mind, especially the feeling. Yeah, we feel something happen, something we see, something we hear. Yeah, our mind change, the feeling changing with mind. Yeah, so we need to understand. So number one object is Aniṭṭha, undesirable object. Number two is Iṭṭha or Iṭṭhamajjhatta, very average desirable object, and Ati-iṭṭha, very desirable object. Okay, so explain a little bit more detail. Any object which is a desirable, undesirable, it's just undesirable. It's just undesirable. For example, any object it's a very nobody like it. It's very obvious to understand, very easy to understand. Nobody like it. So these kind of object we call undesirable object. So undesirable object means undesirable, but any object, the other type, any object which is a desirable can be divided into two. Can be divided into two. Just desirable, number one, just desirable object, and very desirable object. So we need example to understand these two. Just desirable and very desirable. What difference between those objects? So, for example, for the Buddhists, the Buddha is a very desirable object. Yeah, for Buddhists. But non-Buddhists, no. Yeah, so like this. For Buddhists, Buddha image and Buddha statue, something like this is a very desirable object. And the other example is for a young man, a beautiful woman, maybe very desirable object. So this is a very understandable. Yeah. So what is this desirable object? Desirable objects for average person, not too rich, not too poor. Yeah, because very rich person and they didn't like ordinary thing. When they use ordinary thing, they never satisfy, isn't it? Yeah, and then very poor person, even though a little bit good thing they get, they are very satisfied with that. So like this, very poor person, very rich person is extreme. So we define with the average person between them. Yeah. So average person is when you get not too good thing and not too, I mean the quality of thing, but not supreme quality and not the very lower quality between them. Yeah. Okay. So these three kind of objects are determined by the average person, average being. So that means it will be very difficult to decide what is desirable and undesirable. If we take into account very individual. Yeah. So one thing you like may not be liked by another person, isn't it? Yeah. Because we have different temperament, different like, different mind, mental. So one thing, if you like, but the other person didn't like, and then the other thing desirable for you, and one thing desirable for you, with the other, maybe the other person, another person, maybe undesirable. So how do we decide to make the difference between desirable and undesirable object? Okay, so I will explain here. No, don't worry. Here, look at. If you are a king or a very rich man, some ordinary thing will not be desirable for you, isn't it? If you are a king or a very rich man. But if you are a very poor man, even a small thing will be desirable for you. Yeah. So we don't go to buy a very rich person and very poor person. So that's why. Yeah. So that's why we need average person. Yeah. So though the very average wealth, average people. Yeah. We determine that's kind of the object is an average object, average person between very rich and very poor. Yeah? So if it is desirable for average people, average person, it is supposed to be desirable. Here we need desirable objects. Understand? Yeah. So if it is undesirable for average people, so it is considered undesirable object. Yeah. Not by very rich person and very poor person. Yeah. Okay. Understand? And so we go, even if we decide by way of average being, but we need the other thing to take into consideration. It's not enough just the average person, average quality of object. It's not enough to define. The other thing we need to be considered. Okay, so the Abhidhamma teacher, one teacher said that we should determine the quality of object by vipaka resultant. So that is just saying the other way around. If the consciousness or mind is akusala vipaka means the resultant of the unwholesome. Resultant of the unwholesome. Akusala vipaka. So it must be, the object must be undesirable. Yeah, we need to think about like this. Yeah. So a little bit detail you understand. Okay. So just here, so the objects connect with the resultant of the wholesome or resultant or unwholesome. We define desirable or undesirable. Yeah. So akusala vipaka and resultant of an unwholesome mind, the object should be undesirable because of unwholesome. Yeah, resultant of unwholesome. But if the consciousness is a kusala vipaka, wholesome, rasadan or wholesome, so then the object should be desirable. Okay, so we look at the example here. So another thing is, the door is also we need to consider. When we define the quality of object. So the example is excrement. Excrement is, excrement is undesirable to see to the eye. For I do, excrement is, when you see excrement, it's not desirable, isn't it? Yeah. But even if you don't want to see excrement, it is desirable to the nose also. Undesirable, sorry. It is also undesirable to the nose also. Nose too. The nose too, the excrement, the smell is like this. Yeah. But when you touch with your body, the touching is good. So for the body door is good. Chain, isn't it? The object is the same, excrement. Excrement. But depend on the door chain, desirable and undesirable chain. For the ear do, for the eye do, and for the nose do, the excrement is undesirable object. We don't want to see, we don't want to smell. But the touching, body do, for the body do, is the feeling is good. Yeah. So the feeling is good, means soft. Yeah. When we touch, soft. So according to the touching, it is a desirable object. But according to the sight or smell, the object is undesirable, isn't it? For example, diamond. So diamond, if you see the diamond, for the idol, it's a diamond, it's a desirable object, isn't it? Yeah. But hidden with your body with the diamond, what happened? Pain, isn't it? So for body do, diamond is a desirable object. Yeah, so that's why we need to think about to determine the object, whether it is desirable or undesirable, we can classify according to the door, according to the other, the resident order, wholesome or unwholesome. Yeah. Okay. So the flower, another example. Flower, sometimes there's a flower that has a bad smell, isn't it? Yeah, not good smell. So for those flower, it is the object is desirable through chaku vijnana. Idol. For idol, very beautiful. The flowers, but smell is not good. Some flowers like this. Yeah. So in this case, for nose to, through nose to, the object and desirable change according to the do. Okay, understand? Yeah. And then look at the example, another example. In Samma, the core is a desirable object to touch. Yeah. But when we feel hot, so we turn on the fan or air conditioning because of we need cool. in summer, but in winter, we want heat, isn't it? So cold is desirable in summer, but undesirable in winter. Change according to the weather, according to the time, isn't it? Yeah. So objects, change like this, and then according to the person, according to the resident mind, according to the door, and according to the time. So very difficult to which one is desirable, which one is undesirable. Very difficult, yeah. Yeah. So it's depend on the like this, according to the season, according to the time, the quality of the object can be changed. But object is object, only one of, but according to the condition. Okay. And so if the object is undesirable, according to the condition, also like this, previous explanation, samprajana, receiving consciousness, and sandhyana, investigating consciousness, and dhararamana, registering consciousness are the result of akusala, unwholesome. Yeah. So this one is we determine the object by the result of the mind. Okay. So that's why when we in the chapter 1 about when we learn about the mind. So the resident of the resident mind is there's two different resident mind. One is because of wholesome, another one is because of unwholesome. Yeah. Okay. So dhararamana is dhararamana registering consciousness. We call because of the function is different, but mind is sandhirana. Sandhirana means the investigating consciousness. Yeah. But investigating consciousness sometimes have the function, two different functions. Sometimes investigating function, it perform, and sometimes it perform the registering function. Yeah. So that's why. Yeah. So dhararamana we call dhararamana, but mind is same, sandhirana. Yeah. So the object is undesirable for undesirable object, and we go next one. If the object is average desirable, not very desirable. If the object is average desirable, so samprajana, receiving consciousness, sandhirana, investigating consciousness, and dhararamana, registering consciousness are the result of kusala, wholesome. The result of wholesome. Yeah. And so what kind of feeling associated with those mind? So these are accompanied by upekkha. Upekkha means neutral feeling. Yeah. Whatever, undesirable object or desirable object, whatever. I mean, average desirable object. Undesirable object or average desirable object, whatever, they associate with the kind of feeling is a neutral feeling. Okay. And But if the object is Ati-iṭṭha, we already classified Ati-iṭṭha. Number 3, kind of the object. Ati-iṭṭha means very desirable object. Very desirable object. So the object is a very desirable object. Samdejana, receiving consciousness, is the same kusala vipaka accompanied by neutral feeling. But Sandirana, investigating consciousness and Dharamana, registering consciousness accompanied by Somanasa, pleasant feeling. Yeah. Because of the object is a very desirable object. Yeah. When we see very desirable object, yeah. Investigating consciousness and registering consciousness accompanied by a pleasant feeling. Yeah. But some the receiving consciousness say with a neutral feeling, no change. Only changing is Sandirana, investigating consciousness, and Dharamana, registering consciousness. Yeah. So feeling change. Yeah. So feeling change, the mind also change. Because of feeling is very important to go to the next step. Yeah. Okay. And we explain a little bit here. It is like when you look at yourself in the mirror, the reflection is the same as your face, isn't it? So the vipaka resultant is we explain things, they are the result of the karma. Yeah. Karma, so good karma, when you smile in front of the mirror, you see smile. When you cry in front of the mirror, you see crying. Like this. Yeah. So vipaka is the resultant of the karma. So good karma, wholesome, resultant of wholesome. Bad karma, resultant of unwholesome. Yeah. So there's no change. Always follow the rules, the resultant of the karma. Good karma, the result is good, wholesome. The result of wholesome. Bad karma, unwholesome, akusala, vipaka. So there's no change. It's always the same. Yeah, no change. But when the object is undesirable, it must be always the result of akusala. You need to understand like this. In our daily life, so this one, sometimes we don't know, but in our daily life, sometimes we see undesirable object. We hear undesirable sound, like this. We cannot go away from those objects, isn't it? Many things in our life, in our very life, many things happen. Good thing and bad thing happen. Mixed. Because of the many previous our life in our life, we mix good and bad karma. So that's one. Anyway, the resultant of the akusala, resultant of unwholesome, when we accept any kind of the object, should be undesirable. Because of the resultant of akusala, resultant of unwholesome. Yeah. If you cut yourself, you painful feeling, in the body conscious. Yeah. This is akusala. Rasadana, the unwholesome. Yeah. And if the object is a desirable, it must be always the result of kusala, result of wholesome. Yeah, in our daily life, sometimes we see good thing, good, very good sweet song like this. We hear. So this is a resultant of wholesome. Yeah. So vipaka, resultant are always fixed with the karma, good, bad karma. Good karma, bad karma. Yeah. So in certain thought process, you cannot change the feeling of these. The feeling is the same. The investigating consciousness and registering consciousness, pleasant feeling. If the object, a desirable object. If the object, an undesirable object, investigating consciousness and then registering consciousness with the neutral feeling, not pleasant feeling. Yeah. Okay. We need to understand like this. A little bit we go to another things. But there is no fixed rule for the dynamic consciousness. Well, resident consciousness, there's a fixed rule, bad karma, good karma. But the dynamic consciousness is no fixed rule. So even though the object is undesirable, even though the dynamic consciousness could be wholesome, kusala, or akusala and wholesome. Maybe happen. Both one of them. Yeah. Kusala or akusala. There's no fixed. Because undesirable should be akusala, but no. Object, undesirable object we get in our daily life, but sometimes kusala, wholesome consciousness arises within us, and then sometimes akusala and wholesome consciousness arises within us. So that's why. So the dynamic consciousness can be associated with the somanasa, pleasant feeling, or upekkha, neutral feeling. Yeah. For undesirable object. So it's depend on the condition. Okay. So although it is a very desirable object, let's say the Buddha, the Buddha is a very desirable object for Buddhists. I already gave the example. The Buddha is a very desirable object for Buddhists, but for non-Buddhists who have no faith in Buddha, when we saw the Buddha, what happened? Different. Yeah. Their feeling is not the pleasant feeling. Isn't it? Yeah. So that's why. The object very desirable object. So it should be pleasant feeling. But for the person, who are not faith, who have no faith in the Buddha, so when they saw the Buddha, their feeling is upekkha, yeah, upekkha. neutral feeling, not somanasa, pleasant feeling, like this. So that's one. Desirable and undesirable objects, cannot be fixed for the, and no fixed rule for the dynamic consciousness. So dynamic consciousness can be heaven, God or bad, mind, kusala or akusala, wholesome or unwholesome. Yeah. And a feeling also, pleasant feeling or neutral feeling. Yeah. Because their feeling is ubeka, neutral feeling, because of those persons are not arahant. That meaning is that they still have the non-defilement. So they might have we call perversion of the view. We call in Pali is sanya vipallasa. Sanya vipallasa. Look here. Sanya vipallasa. Yeah, here. Wait. Sanya vipallasa. Yeah, here. Sanya vipallasa. We spell like this. The perversion of the perception. Yeah, because the sanya is a memory. We already keep in memory in our memory. So whenever we see and whatever we hear, make that decision according to the previous memory. The previous memory is not right, wrong, perversion. Yeah. So we make decision, the wrong decision. Like this. Okay. So go back to the So look at the Buddha, and this is a organ. His name is Alawaka. Alawaka organ. Very, 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 dangerous being. Yeah. So when he saw the Buddha, his feeling is not good, not pleasant feeling. Very angry, very angry. But the Buddha picture and the Buddha is so look very, very the best look. The feature, but because of sanya vipallasa, he has no faith in the Buddha, and he doesn't understand the quality of the Buddha. Yeah, even though the Buddha went to his mansion, because the Buddha want to give the Dhamma talk to him to understand the Dhamma, but first he doesn't like, so he ordered to the Buddha, go out. Like this. Angry. Yeah. So that's why the round perception, round perception of thing, even though the object is a very desirable, because of the round perception of thing, the jhana, dynamic consciousness, can be accompanied by upekkha, not somanasa. Not somanasa. So, and for those who are enemy of the Buddha, like the Devadatta, enemy of the Buddha, so taking the Buddha as an object, they can have the dominance jhana. Dosa mula, chida, angry, like the organ. Yeah. So dominasa chida. Dominasa chida means anger-rooted consciousness. Dosa mula, chida. Yeah, anger-rooted consciousness. Fear, So the dynamic consciousness cannot be fixed like resident. Yeah. So the quality of jhana cannot be fixed by the quality of object. Yeah. Do you understand? The quality of the object fixed for the resident mind. Yeah. The quality of the object, undesirable object, the resident mind, is akusala, resident or akusala. The quality of objects are very desirable or desirable, very desirable. The resident of the quality of the resident is fixed, pleasant feeling, with pleasant feeling fixed. So it's depend on the one's own understanding or the dynamic consciousness. Yeah. So one own understanding, one own yoniso manasikara. Yoniso manasikara means right. Right, reflecting. Okay, so we need to understand like this, and then another thing is very, very, yeah. Our mind, dynamic mind is so complicated. So it depends on the condition, change a lot. We cannot fix. So here, look at the example. Here, the picture. The monk, he practice asubha bhavana, the dead body. He practice meditation, tranquil meditation with the dead body. So suppose he practice asubha meditation. So meditation object is, that body is awful. Yeah. So that meaning is that meditation object is desirable or undesirable? Undesirable. So, but he look at the dead body or corpse. This is very undesirable object. Even though with these objects, his dynamic condition, consciousness is kusala. Yeah, kusala, because of his understanding. Yeah. So like this. But normal person, when he saw the dead body and corpse, he feel feeling is not good. Yeah, maybe afraid. Maybe afraid because of anger. Yeah. So change. Objects are same object. The dead body or corpse is same, but depend on the person of that understanding. Person understanding. Yeah. Individual understanding. Yeah. Change. Change the dynamic consciousness condition. So you can have the kusala jhana, because you practice meditation. So inside, not inside, the tranquil meditation, the kusala jhana arises within you, and this is a upekkha jhana. That means upekkha jhana means a neutral feeling, not pleasant feeling, with neutral feeling. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why our mind is so complicated. And then the other, many examples we have. Yeah, we have. Even though we practice a 32 part of body, this is awful part of the body, but we within us, the wholesome consciousness rises 7 times again and again when we practice. Yeah, 32 body part meditation. And then Marananusati, reflect on the death also. Normal person, they don't want to focus on that object because they don't want to reflect. They don't want to consider that kind of object. But for the meditator, this is very beneficial. Even though the object is an undesirable object, the dynamic consciousness should be wholesome. Yeah, not unwholesome. So like this. Yeah. So that's why we need to understand in detail like this. And the excrement. Excrement is, we already gave the example, undesirable object. But for some animal, it is a desirable object. Isn't it? For some animal, like the vulture, the dead body is for human being is an undesirable object. But vulture, for them, that object is the same, but for them, desirable object, very desirable object for them, like this. So change understanding of the individual. So for that animal, like for example the vulture, when they saw the dead body, they have feeling. What kind of feeling? Somnasa. Very pleasant feeling. Yeah, their minds are with a pleasant feeling. Oh, we have a lot of food to eat, like this. Yeah. So that meaning is within that the dynamic consciousness is with the feeling is somnasa, pleasant feeling, because they have no eradication of the perversion of the possession. Sanya vipanada. Yeah. Sanya vipanada. So they have sanya vipanada. That's why they like such kind of the object. Okay, so the jhana, dynamic consciousness, cannot be determined by the quality of the object. It's different from the rasada mind. Rasada mind can be determined by the quality of object. Okay, so rasada mind, if the quality of the object is undesirable, rasada mind is unwholesome rasada mind. First, the object is a desirable object. The rasada mind is a wholesome rasada mind. This is always fixed, but jhana, dynamic consciousness, is not like this. Sometimes undesirable, even though undesirable object, depend on the person who practice meditation, should be wholesome, the other unwholesome. Change. Yeah. So the dynamic consciousness cannot be determined by the quality of object. Okay, understand? Yeah. And then we go to next one is according to another condition. First condition is according to the object. So you understand, according to the object, change. And another one is according to the jhana. Jhana means dynamic consciousness. According to the dynamic consciousness, in the mental process, what happened? The preceding means the previous. Previous dynamic consciousness is one of the Mahakiriya, functional consciousness. So functional consciousness with the pleasant feeling. Because of functional consciousness, there's two kind of feeling, pleasant feeling and neutral feeling. But here, pleasant feeling. So if the preceding consciousness is one of the functional consciousness with the pleasant feeling, so the following dhararamana. The following dhararamana is dhararamana is a registering consciousness. So registering consciousness also should be pleasant feeling. Yeah, like this, match these two. Yeah, Javana, dynamic consciousness and registering consciousness should be linked like this. Pleasant feeling, the Javana, pleasant feeling, dynamic consciousness with pleasant feeling, registering consciousness also with the pleasant feeling follow the Javana, dynamic consciousness. Yeah. If the dynamic consciousness with the neutral feeling, so the following registering dhararamana consciousness, the registering consciousness should be neutral feeling. Yeah, should be like this. The pleasant feeling and neutral feeling, not like this. Not like this. So pleasant, neutral feeling, pleasant feeling, neutral feeling, neutral feeling. The dynamic consciousness and registering consciousness. Because they are continuously connected. After the dynamic consciousness finish, the registering consciousness appear, isn't it? We already learned the process of mind here, in the process of mind. So that's why we need to consider the feeling here, according to the feeling here. And the preceding, the dynamic consciousness, one of the two dosa mula, anger-rooted consciousness, unwholesome, within unwholesome, anger-rooted consciousness. So the following, the registering consciousness should be only neutral feeling. Not pleasant feeling. Because you can think about when you are angry, cannot be the following registering consciousness, cannot be pleasant feeling. Because you are anger. So that's all. At that time, the following registering consciousness only neutral feeling. The meaning is when you are angry. Yeah. And another condition. Number 4. The preceding jhana, the dynamic consciousness, is one of the other 18 karma jhana. 18 karma jhana means you memorize the wholesome mix, wholesome and unwholesome. Yeah. Among the unwholesome, loba mula, greed-rooted consciousness 8, and moha mula, and delusion-rooted consciousness 10, 2, together 10. And 8 kama jhana is a kusala, not kiriya, wholesome consciousness, 8 kind of wholesome consciousness. You remember? I think we were. the previous. Oh yeah. Yeah, sing sphere, wholesome consciousness 8. Yeah, 8 and unwholesome consciousness and great rooted consciousness 8 and delusion rooted consciousness 2. So 10. 10 plus 8, so altogether 18. So these 18 kind of consciousness we call karma, the remaining karma consciousness, karma jhana. Okay, so where we are. No. Yeah. Yeah. So here we explain a little bit here. 8 lower mula. Yeah, 18. Count at 18. 8 lower mula, 2 more mula, and 8 maha kusala. Yeah. Sing sphere, wholesome consciousness. So all kind of following them, all kind of the dharamana are possible. That meaning is neutral feeling, with pleasant feeling. Yeah. It's possible, yeah. But for the functional, functional mind is a special mind for the person who totally eradicate the mental defilement, arahant, for arahant. So for arahant, the dynamic consciousness and registering consciousness feelings should be same. Pleasant feeling. Neutral feeling. Yeah. But for the ordinary person, or who totally cannot eradicate mental defilement, and who are the putuchana, we call in Pali, ordinary person, and then sikha. Sikha means training person, Sodapati, Sotapanna, Sagragami, and Nagami. Because they have still some mental defilement. So that's why for them, the 18 karma jhana, the following that registering consciousness may be mixed, pleasant feeling or neutral feeling. So depend on the condition. Yeah, depend on the condition. Okay. So you need to understand that, because when we, without practice meditation, when we saw the that body, we feeling is not pleasant feeling, isn't it? But when we practice meditation, the feeling is neutral feeling, with the wholesome consciousness, like this. So the following dharamana possible meaning is any kind of the feeling, pleasant feeling or neutral feeling. Okay. So detail, we need to learn detail a little bit. Okay. So I would like to explain here is the jhana, dynamic consciousness, and registering consciousness connection. So when we see something in our mind appear like this, so the process of mind is a vibrational light connecting consciousness, and then after that, what we call the rest, light containing consciousness, and then another one is mindful abiding consciousness, and after that the 7 dynamic consciousness. Yeah. So the dynamic consciousness maybe depend on the person. Even though the object is the same, the rules, but different person, different and dynamic consciousness arises, isn't it? But the very, if a person who loved the flower, when he saw the rose, akusala, unwholesome, greed the consciousness 7 times arises, isn't it? But practice meditation, when you see the rose, seeing, you practice meditation. So at the time, wholesome consciousness, not greed consciousness. Shakespeare, wholesome consciousness arises in 7 times, like this. Yeah, after that, what happened? Two consciousness are registering dharamana, chitta, registering consciousness. Yeah. So the dynamic consciousness, registering consciousness, like this. Okay. So pleasant feeling. The person so like the flower. So when she saw the rose, great the consciousness with a pleasant feeling, maybe with a pleasant feeling. So the following, the registering consciousness, dharamana consciousness, with the pleasant feeling. Maybe, and the other condition may be neutral feeling. Okay. And then when you practice meditation, when you saw the rules, you see, you practice like this. So at the time, for that person, the Shakespeare wholesome consciousness arises, maybe with neutral feeling, maybe with the pleasant feeling, isn't it? Yeah. So it's depend on the preceding dynamic consciousness, the following registering consciousness change. If the preceding jhana dynamic consciousness with neutral feeling, the following dharamana with neutral feeling. But if it is the feeling is a pleasant feeling, the following, the registering consciousness, also with pleasant feeling. So both may happen, depend on the condition. Yeah. Depend on the condition. Yeah. Even though one person, first time when you rose the you saw the rules, and then in other times, it depend on the condition, the different feeling. Sometimes pleasant feeling, sometimes neutral feeling, isn't it? Okay, understand? Yeah. Okay, so we go to next one. So we need to understand the registering consciousness has, some kind of the rules to arise within us. So there are 3 conditions to arise the registering consciousness within us. So registering consciousness not always arise within us. Depend on the 3 conditions, registering consciousness arises. Yeah. So, and there arises a registering consciousness immediately after the dynamic consciousness. If the object is a very great object, we already learned in the 5 sense too, the object is a very great object. The great object is impact. It's very great impact. We already explained in the process of mind part number 2 or 3. So, and then for the Mindo, clear object. For Mindo. Mindo is a clear object and clear object 2, only 2 Mindo. But in 5 things too, many different kind of object, very great object, great object, so like this. Yeah. And however, there are three conditions for registering consciousness. Number one condition is that the preceding dynamic consciousness should be karma jhavana, six sphere. Should be six sphere. Six sphere meaning is wholesome or unwholesome. Karma jhavana, not apana. No apana meaning is not rupa, not arupa, not lokuttara. Lokuttara means supramundane consciousness. Only karma jhavana, six sphere consciousness. Since we are dynamic consciousness, is one condition to arise the registering consciousness, and the object. Another condition is the object. Objects must be karma object. Yeah. Not panyati, and not nibbana, and not mahagada. I mean, mahagada is a very good object. So only karma object, the registering consciousness arise. And then another condition is the person. The person should be six sphere living being. Living being who are in the six sphere. 11 and six sphere. Yeah. So karma being. Karma being meaning is a six sphere person who are live in the six sphere, 11 kind of six sphere. Human being, deity ring, and then four woeful stage. Yeah. So if it is the condition, these three conditions are fulfilled, the Dhararamana arises. Registering consciousness arises. Without these conditions, Dhararamana, registering consciousness never arises. So that meaning is in apana jhavana, that the registering consciousness never follow the apana jhavana. Just only karma jhavana. Yeah. That meaning, because a karma jhavana should be karma jhavana, the one condition. Karma, since we are dynamic consciousness, not arupa, arupa jhana, and mekha. Not jhana consciousness, not mekha consciousness. Yeah. For this special for our ring, human ring, deity ring, the six sphere ring. Yeah. And six sphere object. Yeah. Six object, I mean. The karma object means sankhya object. Sankhya object meaning is the visible object, sound, smell, taste, tangible object. So we need to understand like this. And so the six sphere objects we already learned in the chapter 3. Yeah, chapter 3. Okay, so no need. Six sphere meaning is here the visible objects, sound, smell, taste. Yeah, these are the tangible object forever. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we go to the next one is so what Dhararamana follow the six sphere dynamic consciousness, karma, wholesome, karma vachara kusala. So karma vachara kusala is a six sphere wholesome consciousness. It's included in the dynamic consciousness, kind of the dynamic consciousness. When we, when we offering something, So our minds focus on the object, kind of the object you offer, isn't it? So at the time, the consciousness, dynamic consciousness, and object of the dynamic consciousness is the material what you offer. Material what you offer. Yeah. So that material is we call karma object, isn't it? Sense object. Maybe road, maybe food, yeah, maybe flower, maybe the other thing. Yeah. Any kind of the material is included in the sensual object, isn't it? So the Dharamana registering consciousness following that, following the other. So kama vachara kiriya, we need to consider. Kama vachara kiriya. Kiriya is a function of mind for Arhat, who totally eradicate the mind defilement. So the kiriya is somanasa 4, because a kiriya is totally 8. 4 are pleasant feeling, somanasa, and 4 are with the neutral feeling, upekha, isn't it? So altogether 8. So here we consider only somanasa, pleasant feeling. So 4 pleasant feeling, and then hasitubara. You remember hasitubara is a smile producing consciousness. One the Arhat smile, yeah. Smile producing consciousness also with the neutral, not neutral feeling, with the pleasant feeling, because of smile, yeah, not neutral feeling, pleasant feeling. So 5 kind of the pleasant consciousness with pleasant feeling, followed by the kama vachara sahetuka vipaka somanasa. 4. So vipaka is a resultant mind with a pleasant feeling. The meaning is a Dharamana. The Dharamana is a kind resultant mind, one kind of the resultant mind. Yeah. But the sahetuka, no ahetuka. But Dharamana is a resultant mind. Some resultant mind are without root. Some resultant mind are with root. Here sahetuka. Sahetuka meaning with root. With root meaning is wholesome, and aloba, adosa, amoha, unwholesome, loba, dosa, moha. But
Sahetuka meaning 6.
Sahetuka meaning not 6. Sahetuka meaning yeah. Sahetuka meaning yeah. So sahetuka, so with root, so with the anger, so anger root the consciousness, with attachment or greed root the consciousness. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So, but here is for Arhat, because of Kiriya, functional mind. So functional mind cannot be possible unwholesome. Just only wholesome we need to consider. Okay, so that's why here only we got 4. Kama vachara, sahetuka vipaka is resultant mind, 6 sphere resultant mind. 6 sphere resultant mind is altogether 8 with the neutral feeling 4, with the pleasant feeling 4, altogether 8. But here we count as only somanasa with the pleasant feeling. So that's why we count 4 plus sandirana somanasa. Yeah. Sandirana is investigating consciousness, isn't it? So investigating consciousness and the resident, six sphere resident consciousness, sometimes they have function. It's a registering function. So that's why at that moment, this mind we call Radhamana, registering consciousness. Okay. So altogether, how many? 5. These 5 mind followed by their 5 Dharamana. You need to understand like that. Okay. So 5 is we call Dharamana. 5 is Kama, 6 sphere, resident mind with root. 4 and Sandhyana is Sandhyana is without root, because Sandhyana Ahiduka Chita, rooted mind. Investigating consciousness is the group included in the group of the rooted consciousness, Ahiduka Chita. You remember? Yeah. So that's why these are Ahiduka resident mind. That one, only one, Sandhyana, Somnasa. Okay, so altogether 5 we got, and another condition is Loba Mula 8 and Moha Mula 2, altogether 10. These 10 kind of the unwholesome consciousness are followed by all 11 Dharamana, not 5. So 11 Dharamana meaning is 3 Sandhyana. 3 Sandhyana is investigating consciousness. Investigating consciousness included in the roulette mind. One is resident or unwholesome. One is 2 is resident or wholesome. Yeah, 3 investigating consciousness, and 8 kama vachara sahetuka vipaka. 6 sphere, wholesome. No, wholesome, resident. 6 sphere resident consciousness, 8. So 3 plus 8, 11. So all. So 11 is a Dharamana consciousness altogether. Totally maximum 11. Okay. So you need to understand like this. So Kama Vachara Kusala 8, all 8 are followed by 11 Dharamana. Another condition. The Kama Vachara Kusala 6 sphere wholesome consciousness, 8 altogether, 8 can be followed by the 11 Dharamana. So depend on the the feeling. Yeah, in detail we need to this is a briefly we count, but in detail we need to consider the kind of feeling. Yeah. So, but this we have a little bit something to consider is dominasa. Dominasa meaning dosa mula cheda anga rudra consciousness too. Because we consider as lower mula 8 and moha mula. Greed rudra consciousness and delusion rudra consciousness, only 10 kind of unwholesome mind we consider. Because totally unwholesome consciousness is 12. So we left 2 is anger rooted consciousness. So what about anger rooted consciousness? So when you are angry, the following the registering consciousness, what happened? Normally, because of your anger, the following resident registering consciousness feeling is should be neutral feeling, not somnasa, not pleasant feeling, isn't it? Because of your anger. So that's fine. But the problem is, the a person, it's a different kind of person we need to consider. Okay, so normally they follow the dharamana and poinga accompanied by neutral feeling, upeka. That's fine. That's okay. So they cannot, because they cannot be followed by somanasa, pleasant feeling, because the previous preceding dynamic consciousness, anger-rooted consciousness, angry, and displeasure feeling cannot follow by pleasant feeling. So that's fine. That's fine. So somanasa and domanasa are totally different. So that's why. Just only upeka, neutral feeling follow. Okay? A dominansa cannot be followed by somanasa. It's fine. So that's why it is followed by upeka dharamana and upeka poenga. Poenga meaning is like containing consciousness with the neutral feeling. Yeah. So dominansa javana is anger-rooted consciousness, dynamic consciousness can be followed by upeka dharamana, registering consciousness with a neutral feeling, and poenga must also be upeka, and like containing consciousness with neutral feeling. That's fine. We understand easily. We can understand easily. But the other condition, there's very strange condition we have difficult to consider. So the problem of dharamana here. The problem of dharamana is, suppose there is a person, the different person, different patisandhi, relinking consciousness is different, isn't it? Yeah. Even though human being, relinking consciousness, the patisandhi chitta is different. So a person whose patisandhi, relinking consciousness, is with pleasant feeling. Maybe relinking consciousness, maybe neutral feeling, isn't it? So that's when we can sometimes the child always smile because his patisandhi, relinking consciousness with the feeling is pleasant feeling. But some children, they're not always smile. Very so for that, the children, the patisandhi consciousness with neutral feeling, maybe. So that's why it cannot be easily smile. Yeah, like this. So person, the patisandhi relinking consciousness with pleasant feeling. So within him, sometimes one of the dosa mula javana, sometimes when he see or when he hear undesirable sound, if it is he dislike, what happen? You will be angry. So sometimes it's possible to happen. So within him, one of the anger-rooted consciousness and dynamic consciousness arises. So what happened? Immediately after the anger-rooted dynamic consciousness, the appearance of the Boinga like containing consciousness with the pleasant feeling is not impossible. Understand? Because of the the Angaruddha consciousness, his relieving consciousness is pleasant feeling. So we have the three type of consciousness I say for everybody in one individual life. I already explained relieving consciousness, Ati-iṭṭha, and Aniṭṭha, light containing consciousness, and Ati-iṭṭha, dead consciousness. These three kind of consciousness all are resultant mind, and all are the same. Yeah. So a person who are born with the relieving consciousness, with the associated with pleasant feeling, so his light containing consciousness also should be with pleasant feeling, isn't it? Because of these three Maya saying within our life. Yeah. So at the time when he angry, the following the Boeing light containing consciousness cannot be with the neutral feeling because of the pleasant feeling already. Understand? So at that time, difficult condition. When he angry, the Angaruddha consciousness, dynamic consciousness, need to follow the light containing consciousness with the neutral feeling because of anger. But that person, light containing consciousness, pleasant feeling. So it's not compatible. It's not synchronized here. It's not match. Understand? Yeah. So this one, the person, pleasant feeling is, with a neutral feeling, like on consciousness is neutral feeling is not possible because the Buddhism is with a pleasant feeling. So this one, to solve this nature problem, nature problem. So there's occur Santirana with the neutral feeling arises within and those Angaruddha consciousness and between Angaruddha consciousness and light containing consciousness. There's Santirana investigating consciousness with neutral feeling arises. Okay? You understand? So it's a depend on any kind of the karma object. So any kind of karma object, so karma objects, visible object, sound, smell, taste, like this. Any karma object, sensual object, you may be angry. So that's why. So that's why the Boinga and light containing consciousness around like this. So here, preceding Javana Kama Kiriya with the pleasant feeling, the rule is a Dhararamana, following Dhararamana, registering consciousness, also pleasant feeling for functional mind. And the functional mind with a pleasant feeling, maybe Dhararamana with a neutral feeling. It's possible to happen. And then two kind of the Angaruddha consciousness also can follow only neutral feeling, not pleasant feeling. Okay? And 8 Mahakusala, six sphere, wholesome consciousness, and 8 Lobamula, Kriluddha consciousness, and 2 Mohamula, delusion rooted consciousness. Altogether 11 kind of Dhararamana. Maybe a pleasant or neutral mix. Maybe any kind. Okay. So this is the rule. So here it cannot possible because the here dosa mula, when he angry, anger rooted consciousness appear. So following dharamana should be neutral feeling, but here his pratisandi is only pleasant feeling. When he was born with a pleasant feeling. So, and under these conditions, there's a problem. So during the whole of your life, so you are the person like content should be somnasa, always somnasa, pleasant. Yeah. So it's not be much with the Angaruta consciousness. Angaruta consciousness, angas cannot follow the pleasant feeling. Yeah. So we need between the Angaruta consciousness and the Bhavanga, we need the other mind to connect both of them. So that kind of mind we call what we call is maybe later. Okay. Gas Bhavanga. Gas mean visitor, light visitor. Pali is Pali here. Pali we say Aganduka Bhavanga. Aganduka means visitor or guest. Yeah. Aganuka Bhavanga. Yeah, so mine is very complicated. Yeah, sometimes naturally, compatible with each other sometimes. So we need guests. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So after the Angaruda dynamic consciousness, if the Dharamana need to be followed, so what kind of Dharamana would be? So dominasa cannot be pleasant feeling, isn't it? So it should be upeka, neutral feeling. So that, but the problem that the object is very desirable. Sometimes the other condition, very desirable. So object very desirable. The dharamana should be pleasant. So when the object is very desirable, the dharamana should be pleasant feeling. Somanasa. If the object is Ati-iṭṭha, Ati-iṭṭha is very, very desirable. So there is a somanasa for Sandirana. That means Sandirana investigating consciousness. That when it performs the registering function. Yeah. So, and the dharamana. So, when the object is very desirable, dharamana must be accompanied by the somanasa. Here, the object is very desirable. So, what kind of bhavanga must be there? So, that kind of bhavanga is a gas bhavanga. Yeah. Aganduka bhavanga is the upeka sandirana. So, upeka is a match with the anger, take consciousness. Yeah. So that's why this is for gray object. It's possible. Gray objects, we already learned gray object, very gray object. So So great objects, the impact of the objects great. So we already explained. So since it's Mahanta, Mahanta, the object can be any kind. Maybe very desirable, maybe very average desirable, maybe undesirable. So in this thought process, we have two parts Bhoenga, and the other are the same. But Javana followed by the guest Bhoenga. So the difference is the Sandhyana can be either Somanasa or Upekha, depending on the object, desirable object. Desirable object is Somanasa, and desirable object, Upekha, like this. Yeah. So another condition, a person who have attained the jhana, but maybe the condition, somehow he lose this jhana later. So what happened? So at the time when he feels sorry, he feels so sad about the losing of jhana. So at the time he take these two jhana as object. So jhana is rupa, form sphere consciousness or formless sphere consciousness maybe. So object is a mind, form sphere consciousness and formless sphere consciousness. So those jhana magada object. So in this case, manodvara thought process, what happened? It's not five sense too, just only manodvara, mind. So what happened? For that person who has somanasa, buddhisandi, when he was born with the relinging consciousness, feeling is a pleasant feeling. So at the time happened. He lose jhana, so he's so sad. So sad meaning is anger-rooted consciousness, dynamic consciousness rises within him. So the following dharamana cannot be possible. And following dharana, following Bhoenga. The following Bhoenga, he hears a Buddhism is a pleasant feeling. The Bhoenga, like containing consciousness, also pleasant feeling should be, because the face. But these conditions, he angry, he's so sad because he lose jhana. At the condition, the like containing consciousness cannot be followed with the pleasant feeling. So at that time, gas Bhoenga, Aganuka Bhoenga appear within anger, rooted, dynamic consciousness, and Somanasa Bhoenga, like containing consciousness with that pleasant feeling. Between these two, connect with this one, to compatible with the anger and like gas Bhoenga is a feeling is a not Somanasa Upekha. Yeah. Understand? Yeah, this is a strange condition. Very strange condition. But it's maybe happen like this. Yeah. Not only jhana, when you practice insight meditation, you have very good concentration level, but somehow some condition, because of some condition, you lose the previous the intensity of the concentration. What happened? You may said like this. Yeah. So at that time, in your mind, process of mind like this happen. Yeah. The gas Bhoenga always between them. Yeah. So the Buddha withstands so great because he understands like this. We cannot understand like this because just only once, very fast happen. Kind of the kasa poinga, aganuka poinga. And the Buddha understand like this. Oh, this is aganuka poinga. This is not ordinary poinga, ordinary light content and consciousness. Yeah, so impressive. The Buddha, the wisdom of Buddha. So impressed. Yeah. Okay. We start here. Start here. Okay. So before stop the Abhidhamma lecture, we wish the Buddha teaching and stay longer and longer in the universe. We will say in Buddha Saranam Chiyantidadu in 3 times, please. Buddha Saranam Chiyantidadu. Buddha Saranam Chiyantidadu. Buddha Saranam Chiyantidadu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much.